Come cruise with Rosie and me, along with Trish and Jay and members of their family, as we cruise on the Celebrity Solstice to Alaska, September 11th through September 23rd. Our cruise started in Seattle with ports of call of Ketchikan, Skagway, Icy Strait Point, and Juneau, Alaska. In addition, we stopped at Victoria and Nanaimo, British Columbia, ending in Vancouver. Thursday, September 11th, we flew from Milwaukee to Seattle. When we arrived in Seattle, we checked into the downtown Hilton. Thursday night, we had a pre-cruise dinner at Cutter's Crab Shack with members of Cruise Critic. Friday morning, from the top of our hotel, we could see the cruise ship. Our town car dropped us off at the port at 11 o'clock. Before we board the ship, let me tell you a little bit about the ship. The Celebrity Solstice debuted in November 2008 and holds 2,850 passengers. The Solstice is a very modern ship. The Solstice features a stable of themed dining venues consisting of Murano, Tuscan Grill, Bistro on 5, and Silk Harvest. Outside on Deck 15 is a half-acre of spongy grass, surrounded by a glass-blowing studio with daily shows, and in the aft, the Sunset Bar. The ship also features an outdoor pool, an indoor pool, a cellar masters for the wine enthusiast, a casino, and a martini bar. Finally, there is a magnificent two-story atrium, luxury shopping, a card room, a two-story library, and a magnificent art collection. This ship has it all. Our balcony cabin was located on Deck 9, on the front angle of the hump. Because of the location of our cabin, our balcony was 2.5 times larger than a regular balcony. As soon as we boarded the ship, we went to the martini bar, and then to our cabin, which had a fabulous view of downtown Seattle. Our sail-away party at 5 o'clock was on Deck 15 in the aft. During sail-away, we could see Mount Rainier, 72 miles away. The wearing of a pink boa has become a symbol of friendships made through cruising. We had dinner in Murano, where world-class cuisine is celebrated to the utmost. After dinner, we went to the casino. We were lucky. We played with their money the rest of the trip. Good morning. Saturday, September 13th, a sea day. Hello, Trish and Jay, and Amanda and Sean. The sunrise at 7:10 a.m. was spectacular. At 10:30, we had a Cruise Critic gift exchange, and at 2 o'clock, we had a Cruise Critic cabin crawl. On a cabin crawl, participants see the different types of cabins that are on a ship. At 3 o'clock, the Corning Museum of Glass Gaffers presented a live narrated show and glass-blowing demonstration. Rosie and I had dinner in the Tuscan Grill, an Italian steakhouse with a twist of contemporary influences. The steakhouse is located in the aft of the ship and provides spectacular views. After dinner, we went to the martini bar. Good morning, Sunday, September 14th. Welcome to Ketchikan, Alaska, where today it will be sunny with a high in the mid-60s. For our shore excursion today, Rosie and I, along with Trish and Jay, and Amanda and Sean, are walking to Creek Street. Creek Street is a historic boardwalk perched on pilings along the banks of the Ketchikan Creek, and a historic red light district during the gold rush days. In the summer months, salmon gather by the thousands to spawn upstream. Seals and otters are never far away. Once we were back on the ship, with the temperature near 70, it was time to head to the pool for some sun, drinks, and airplanes. Goodbye, Ketchikan. We had a marvelous day. Rosie and I had dinner in Murano, followed by a trip to the Martini Bar. A foggy good morning to you. It's Monday, September 15th. The fog lifts a bit, and we're able to see a humpback whale near the ship. We have an early morning breakfast, so we can be out on deck by 9 o'clock for the cruise through Tracy Arm Fjord. As we begin to enter Tracy Arm Fjord, the fog is slowly lifting from the right and revealing a bright blue sky. Located about 45 miles south of the state capital of Juneau, Tracy Arm Fjord has become a very popular stop along the Alaskan cruise route. The fjord itself is utterly spectacular. At some 30 miles in length, about 6 of which is covered by Sawyer Glacier, the fjord has magnificent, steep cliffs running along much of its length, often covered with lush trees and shrubs. Of course, the real draw is the twin Sawyer Glaciers, and they are spectacular. We had spectacular weather for viewing the glacier, but we were extra lucky because the captain was able to guide the ship closer to the glacier than he had all season. After about 45 minutes at the glacier, the captain did a pivot spin with the ship, and we were retracing our route back through the fjord to the open ocean.
I don't know what a Skagway is.
As we got closer to the open ocean, the fog started to roll in again. You could actually see the mist in the air. The combination of the landscape and the fog provided a mystical and surreal feeling. As a result of the wonderful weather and the amazing scenery, we had a fantastic time in Tracy Arm Fjord. Good morning, Tuesday, September 16th. Welcome to Skagway. As we exited the ship, we were welcomed by fog. Our tour today is with Beyond Skagway. We will tour British Columbia and the Yukon Territory. Our tour will include waterfalls, rushing rivers, lakes, jagged peaks, and alpine terrain. In addition, we will see spectacular fall colors. Once again, the fog was providing a mystical and surreal feeling of the scenery. As we were about to leave our first stop, the fog started to dissipate. 45 miles out of Skagway, in British Columbia, we passed the Touchai Lake. We stopped at the Yukon Territory welcome sign, and the stunning colors of fall were everywhere. The Carcross Desert is commonly referred to as a desert, but it is actually a series of northern sand dunes. Our next stop, Caribou Crossing. Caribou Crossing is the home of the Museum of Yukon Natural History. In addition, they offer dog cart rides with a fleet of local huskies, and there is a large gift shop. Our next stop, Emerald Lake, provided breathtaking views. Not far from Emerald Lake is Carcross. We stopped there for lunch. After lunch, we went to Bennett Lake. With fall at its peak, photo opportunities were everywhere. Our next stop was Bove Island. The 7-hour van portion of our tour was almost over. We were heading to Fraser. In Fraser, we said goodbye to Kate. She was fabulous. We boarded the train for a 28-mile ride back to Skagway. The White Pass and Yukon Railway was built in 1898 during the Klondike Gold Rush. Building the narrow gauge railroad was considered an impossible task, but it was literally blasted through coastal mountains in only 26 months. Grams, Bubbles, Amanda, Trish, and Rosie sat in the car, while Jay, Sean, and I stood on the viewing platform to take photos. 24 miles from Skagway is the United States-Canadian border. The ship is about 20 miles away and 3,000 feet below us. 18 miles from Skagway, we went through one of the 2 tunnels. We made 2 stops along the way to pick up additional passengers. We crossed the river one more time before our 2-hour train ride ended in Skagway. Our 9-hour tour, 7 by van and 2 by train, was over. It was time for a drink. Tuesday was Trish's and Graham's birthday, so we all had dinner in the Tuscan Grill. Amanda had all of the desserts. Good morning! It's Wednesday, September 17th. Welcome to Icy Strait Point, Alaska. Today, Trish and Jay, Amanda and Sean and Rosie and I are going whale watching with Glacier Wind Charters and Captain Sean. At 11 o'clock, his wife Teresa picked us up. On the way to the boat, we stopped to see a pair of nesting bald eagles. The 32-foot power catamaran was designed to maximize the whale watching experience. Unfortunately, on this day, the whales were rather lethargic, but that is something that only Mother Nature can control. With not much whale activity, we went to look at some sea lions. After 3 hours, we headed back to port. We had only seen about a half a dozen whales and a number of sea lions, but it was still a very good tour. Rosie and I had another fantastic dinner at Murano. Good morning! Thursday, September 18th. Welcome to Juneau, Alaska. Our shore excursion for today is ziplining, followed by a trip to the Mendenhall Glacier. We arrived at the zipline facility at about 9 o'clock. After Davy and Carolyn helped us get geared up, it was time to go ziplining. Here I go!
All right, see ya.
We all survived the first zip. So far, so good. There goes Rosie.
This stressed me out. How are we going to get up there?
You would just want to take all the stairs. So you step out a little further. That one on the edge.
Trish is next to zip.
Whoa!
Here go Amanda and Jay.
I love you.
Sweet.
Woohoo!
Yeah, have fun out there.
That's okay.
Alright, son, do you want to go next?
The next obstacle on the zipline course was the tremendous Sky Bridge. After we all crossed the Sky Bridge, it was time for Sean to zip.
Alright, Amanda, here you go.
After we completed the zip line, it was time to throw an axe. Jay and I got exceptionally lucky. Trish got lucky too. Let's see that again on instant replay.
Everything you got.
After the ziplining portion of our excursion, a bus took us to the Mendenhall Glacier. Ziplining and walking at Mendenhall Glacier works up an appetite. It was time for Tracy's Crab Shack. After lunch, we went to the Red Dog Saloon, where we followed the time-honored tradition of writing our names on the wall. We walked a mile back to the ship in the rain, but it didn't matter. We had come prepared. We had dinner in Murano. Good morning. Friday, September 19th. It's a sea day, and the seas are rockin' and rollin'. Sea days give you a perfect opportunity to relax, and that's just what we did, all day. In the evening, Rosie and I had dinner again, in Murano. As a special treat, the assistant maitre d' made us crepe Suzette for dessert. Don't try and order it. It's not on the menu. Good morning. Saturday, September 20th. Another sea day, and the seas are much calmer. At 3 o'clock, we had a slot boat with 46 Cruise Critic members. We each put in $15. We cashed out $7. Saturday night was formal night. Rosie and I had dinner in the Tuscan Grill and watched a magnificent sunset. After dinner, we went to the Martini Bar, and our favorite mixologist, Rohit, made us 4 martinis. Sean and Amanda, Trish and Jay, and Rosie and I partied until midnight. As you can see from the empty bottle of X vodka, we had a good time. Our cabin steward left us towel swans. Good morning, Sunday, September 21st. Welcome to sunny and warm Victoria, British Columbia. All 8 of us went on a 6-hour tour with Linda from Fresh Air Tours. Our tour started by going to the Parliament Building, Fisherman's Wharf, and then driving through Chinatown. We then went to Beacon Hill Park. Beacon Hill Park is known for having the second tallest totem pole in the world. Next, we went to Craigdarroch Castle. Our next stop was Mount Tolmie, where we could see back to the ship. The highlight of our tour was a stop at the Butchart Gardens. These internationally acclaimed floral display gardens started over 100 years ago and remain privately owned by the family today. Jenny Butchart wanted to make her husband's depleted limestone quarry look better, The result is the sunken garden. The natural beauty of the gardens is almost beyond description. The gardens are meticulously maintained and provide a rainbow of color for much of the year. In addition to the sunken garden, there is a rose garden where I took this selfie, a Japanese garden where I took these photos of Trish and Rosie, and last, the Italian garden. Butch Art Gardens is spectacular. I will always remember the stunning rainbow of color. After the gardens, we went to Divine Winery for lunch and a wine tasting. While we were enjoying the winery, AAA was changing a tire on our van. That's something you don't see on every tour. The panoramic view from the winery was gorgeous. For dinner, Rosie and I were back at Murano, and they made us a special entree, steak Diane. After dinner, we joined the group at the Molecular Bar. It was smoking. Good morning, Monday, September 22nd. Welcome to a gorgeous day in Nanaimo, British Columbia. Our shore excursion is a tour of 3 different wineries. We arrived at a perfect time. It is harvest season. A crate of freshly harvested grapes. On the sorting line, the grapes go through a destemmer. Any remaining pieces of stem or bad grapes are then picked out. We were lucky. Because it was harvest season, we got to see the winemaker in action.
I'm adding some sulfur dioxide to it. The dreaded sulfites that everyone talks about, and we don't use very much at all, but you need a little bit, and what it does is it sort of keeps all the bugs that are on the grapes at bay.
The best part, of course, of any wine tour is the tasting. The next winery, Rocky Creek, is one of the smallest in the area, but its wines have won many awards. The next winery was one of the newest in the area, purchased in 2009 by Tim and Marjorie, a husband and wife team. The Unsworth Winery has built its brand, one seedling, one bottle, one blend at a time. Monday night, our last night on the ship, Rosie and I had another dinner in Murano with our favorite waiter, Eric. After dinner, our group met in the Molecular Bar. Tuesday, September 23rd, 5:45 a.m. We're about to go under the Lions Gate Bridge. It's a bad morning. The cruise is over. They're kicking us off the ship. We were off the ship and in the airport by 9:30 a.m. We had a fantastic cruise with spectacular weather and great friends. We had memories to last a lifetime. Photos and video by Bill Raffel. Music by Kevin MacLeod.